Hi everyone, I have been gifted this book by Hanna Karlzon. This is a Dutch edition of one of her books, and it's actually the Dutch edition of Seasons. Now lovely Gia, who sent it to me, was very aware that I do already have a copy of Seasons in the English edition, but she thought I might be interested in doing a bit of a comparison. I thought I would actually do a comparison on video. Now I'm actually had to raise my tripod up really high in order to record this because I'm going to be showing you both books side by side, and so my voice might be a bit quieter, a bit further away from the microphone than usual because it's in my camera. Anyway, so just to talk about this book before we do a comparison, it's a beautiful colour. It's a sort of almost lemony cream colour, which I really like, and it has got the gold on the cover. I haven't put my lamp on excuse me, because I'm going to be zooming so far out that it's just going to put a little bit of a sheen, but that's the light from my window, you can see. Now the it's hardback, as they always are, and we have a spine which is just the same as the book, and then on the back we have a picture and some writing in Dutch. Now I'm going to show you now the cover of the UK edition. Now I thought that this was smaller, but when I put them side by side they actually look the same. I think it's because of this black spine, because the widths as well are actually the same. So again, I think it's this black spine gives the illusion that it's a different size, but it isn't. But when you put them that way, I think they're the same width as well, but the paper is slightly different. So I will have a look, I will show you. Oops. So if I open this one and this one, you see they both got the black. We're going to come out now, so I'll be quite far away. There we go. I couldn't get as far away as I'd hoped. I can't get both books in side by side or top to bottom, which is a little bit annoying, but I'll do my best like that. So you can see the end papers are still black, but these are actually a paler black than this. And I haven't actually opened this book yet, so it'll be interesting. So we've got the same design. You can see I've done some colouring in this one, so you can have a little peep at what I've done as well, although it's quite far away. Got a different publisher, which isn't at all surprising. And then, oops, we've got the same pages here, the copyright and this. This is an opportunity now for us to look at the paper and feel the paper. Now I am having a feel. This Dutch edition paper is thicker than the English edition, significantly so. I'm holding it there. I don't think it's possible for you to see in camera, but it's this is definitely thicker, which is strange as the books were the same thickness. They feel quite similar with regards to tooth, and this one, the Dutch one, might have slightly less tooth, but not significantly so really. And here is our This Book Belongs To page, which obviously is excuse me, not in English, but it's the same picture. However, oops, this page is in English, just the same as this one, so that's quite interesting. And we have our girl. Page is exactly the same. The paper colour as well, to me, looks the same. Thinking about that as I sort of turn, this definitely feels thicker. It almost feels like I'm turning over two pages at once. I don't understand how the books are actually the same thickness when the paper does feel that much thicker. Sorry, it was slightly squiff. How annoying is that for everyone? I'm sorry. I've done that one. Yep, they're all looking the same. I'm expecting them to be the same, but you never know. I just thought it might be interesting to have a quick look through to see if there are any obvious differences. And then this one obviously isn't opening as flatter, and I'm sure that's just because it's brand new, whereas I tend to just fold the page down a little bit as I use it, knowing that they're sewn so the pages won't pop out. This one I'm thinking I might do soon. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking there's more of smoothness there. This is quite an Eastery one, isn't it? So with our daffodils as well. Of course, being seasons are sort of moving through the seasons, so we're in spring at the moment. Got all my... It does feel like this is further in the spine. It seems harder to get in there than on this one. Seems to lie quite flat. But again, it might just be to do with the age, because obviously this page and this page have been coloured in, so I will have sort of been doing this to flatten it. These are all videos, by the way, if you like these. It's quite Eastery, isn't it? Christmassy. No, not Christmassy. And these look more like a double in this one. I mean, they are there because the branches meet. No, I've never noticed that page before. Isn't that interesting? And this is in English. Again, I wonder if it's always in English. I mean, it would be really tiresome for her to have to change it in different versions of the book, wouldn't it? So I'm assuming that maybe we've got a double here. Upside down dragonfly. Got some flowers like this to colour in the picture I'm doing in the middle of. Always a snake. She must love snakes, I think. But sadly not I. How are we doing? Got girl flowers. Yes. I'm going to do some colouring in this at the end of the video once we've had a sort of look through. I'm not thinking there's going to be any differences, to be honest, but I thought you might just like a little look anyway. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit of colouring. I won't do a big detailed page like this. I'm not quite sure what I'll do, but I'll have a think. Got our little cats. She loves her cats, doesn't she? I'm assuming she has cats, but then she likes her snakes as well, but I'm assuming she probably doesn't have snakes, but maybe she does. I don't think so. She's never mentioned it. I thought we'd done that one. Oh, come on, page. It's this page. Now this page I've done in the compilation book, and a lot of you really liked it and wanted me to have a go at it. I am going to have a go at it in a video. I probably won't do both bugs because they're very similar. I'll probably just do one, but I'm not sure yet. But it was bookmarked in here to do. This isn't going to be part of this video though. It's a bit too much to do in a video where we've already got a fair bit of content going on. But I will do it soon. There's a spider. She also likes spiders, doesn't she? If you don't like spiders, if behind her book's hard, like me with the old snakes. Frogs. I thought I'd done that one. Yeah, I was playing around with some new pastels. Made a real mess. Look at it. Look at the mess. I'm going to have to get my eraser out on that one before I do it. I think I should put some fixative on that page, really, don't you? It's a mixture of Sennelier pastel, pan pastel, and all sorts of mess. I haven't noticed that fox before either. And I've coloured this page, as you can see. It's a little mink or something there. Whoop, she's going to close. Oh, sorry. Collecting things. I like that page. I like how it came out. Yes, our witch. Just practicing my faces. Very Halloweeny, and then we go under the sea. We've got candles and bubbles under the sea, which is quite interesting. I'm sure Johanna Basford was saying that her Small Victories books, there's a few differences between the US and UK versions, but I'm not seeing any here. This is this was a Chris Cheng video. I can see a bit there which doesn't look very good now. But anyway, I'm sure it's all fine really. I learnt a lot in that video, that's for sure. Oh, we are into Christmas, look. Oop. Our Christmas house with squirrel. And this one, all these are videos. I do like the reindeer. I always run out of time at Christmas. I usually start too late with my Christmas colouring, or I just sort of get that I want to do something different quickly and don't do as much as I think I should have done, you know. It's a cute one. Little mice. I've got a postcard like that which I coloured this Christmas, which was fun. I find the wheat one interesting. I don't see how it's Christmassy, but I like it. Page turned over. There we go. Dog and cat. I've got something coloured behind here. Oh yeah, really nice. Bird. Our Lady. Oh, I've done that one. There she is. And her hair is discolouring over here. That was done in. It's just done in polychromos. And the bird at the end. See if it finishes exactly the same. Yep, bird. And then end paper. Okay, what I'm going to do now is put my tripod back down so I can see properly what's going on, get a bit closer, and then do a bit of colouring and see if I can actually look. I can see there is a difference in thickness in books. I can't see it when it's like that, but when they're like that I can see quite the difference in there. I'm really finding it hard to demonstrate that on camera. Maybe you can see it there. There's at least 1 millimetre, I would say, probably a bit more. I've got a ruler, I'm not very good at guessing, of more thickness, so papers are thicker. Anyway, as I say, I'm going to put my tripod back down so I can come in a bit closer and do a bit of colouring. Right, I am back. I've put my light on, so sorry it's a bit shiny, but I've got my camera closer, so I'm a bit louder now, I expect. And I have picked a really small picture to colour right at the beginning. Not that one, because I did that on my flip through of my other version, so I thought we'd do this one. I know it's really tiny, but it'll be a good way to test the paper. I'm just looking at the dates. It says this is the 2023 printing of the book, so that might mean that the paper is different to maybe other versions that you may have or may not have. So let's come in close to our bee. I'm trying to see my screen if that's in focus. It is. Having just he's also wonky because he's wonky on the page. It's worrying me. I'll make him that way. No, that's not how he is. Let's just straighten him up. He's just going to be a bit wonky. There we go. Now I've got my Prismacolors, just because that's what I often use in Hanna Karlzon. So I thought it would be a fair test for myself to see how they are. The only problem is I don't have a pencil sharpener in here, but I do, but not a Prisma one. So I've got the barrel one, I'll use that. This is the espresso, and I'm going to start here with this little bit here coming out from the bottom of our bee. Going to sort of make it in some browns, and just starting with a bit of this on a fairly dark layer near the body. I'm assuming this bee is elsewhere. in the book, but I can't remember seeing it having coloured some of the book, but obviously as you saw, not all of it. I'm doing a sort of liney movement because obviously he looks like it's sort of a bit furry. Just going right up to the edge. I missed a few bits, there we go. I'm going to go slightly lighter. What's that? Is that the colour I want? Yeah, bronze. I really like the bronze in the Prismas. I'm going to finish off this bit in bronze. Again, trying to do a few lines, but it's not really showing up, but that's okay. Now paper wise, it seems to be working well with the Prismas. Some paper I find doesn't work with Prismas. There are certain pencil polychromos. I haven't found a paper that they don't. There's only a few papers that they don't work with. Really, really smooth paper. Polychromos they just don't like, but most papers I find work. But with Prismas it can be a little bit more fussy. I think I'm going to do two of the stripes in these colours too. So this bottom stripe here, I'm just going to start it with a bit of the espresso. Quite difficult there, it's only a tiny area. And a bit here. And then grab our bronze again. Sorry, I showed you the name then, you probably couldn't see it because I was probably out of shot. It's tricky to look at the camera at the minute because the sun is just at that level. When I look up at the window it's shining right in my eyes. And I like to leave a little gap. It can look shiny. There we go. Now we're going to do a slightly more yellowy look to the other stripe. But I'm going to start, I think, with this. I think this is the light umber. I have got another one. I think it's even shorter than this. It's because there aren't many light browns of this tone in the set. Oh no, my other one is much longer. There's my other one. I have to swap them over, I think. But I want an ochre. Let's find a yellow ochre. Here we go. For the rest of this bit. Let's make that one look slightly more yellowy. There we go. Now what else we do? I'm thinking this bit in here I think I'm going to do with our umber and ochre combo again. So back with our light umber. Now yes, so as I said, oh, this one's it's the paper is slightly thicker, but works nicely with the yellow ochre, with the Prismas. Obviously it's only one pencil brand that I'm testing. I'm not going to use lots of different ones on one picture. Okay, let's grab some black for the eyes while I'm thinking about what to do next. Black. It's quite hard doing such a small picture with Prismas. There we go. Now I think I quite like the warmth, so I think I'm going to keep it warm. I might use a French grey for a little bit now. I think I use the French grey 70% and do this line here. I'm going to make it a little bit darker near this round bit and then fade it down. Now I have had a request to do some more pictures with Prismacolor, and I've also had a request to please not do any pictures with Prismacolor. I almost feel like there's a sort of Marmite thought. This is an English term. Marmite you either love or hate. It's a food product. Oh, it's the door. Oh, someone's getting it. I'll leave a little gap here. And yeah, so it's a sort of yeast extract. Shine should be there. Never mind. That people either really, really like or really, really hate. Apparently, I think some people aren't that strong. I'm not. I sometimes like it, sometimes don't. I'm going to use the bronze to do these two little bits here. So yeah, I feel that's the same with Prismacolor really. But a lot of people do Prisma tutorials, which is why I tend not to. Plus, I'm not so confident with them as some other brands, although I'm not confident with all brands anyway. I'm going to use the light umber, I think, for these circular bits here. So yeah, so I don't know really, I'm a little bit unsure, but I'm doing one now, so there's something. But also, although you can convert from poly to Prisma, and I have a chart in my Ko-fi shop which allows you to do that easily. You can do the face with this too. The technique is so different as well, so it's not always just a case of just converting one to the other. I'm going to use a little tad of the French grey. Sorry, that was very blurred. Because with Prisma you can smush and spread the colour around. Like now, I've done that, it looks a bit messy, so I'm going to go over the top with my bronze and then going to drag a little bit of that French grey out of that corner towards the middle of the face a bit. If I did that in polychromos, I wouldn't be able to move it on the paper. I would just have to go over it. And that difference in technique is really important and makes a huge difference. Back to my 70% French grey for the... I'm going to go really lightly on these and then go around the edge a little bit darker. So yeah, it's not as straightforward as just switching from one set to the other. Because for example, if I got a white pencil now and went over the top of all of this, which I'm not going to, it would look terrible, it would smush it together and also produce like a blurred effect. I'll do it on the wings to show you, but you can't do that with Polychromos white, it doesn't work. I'm trying to go around the edge a little bit darker than the middle. And we're going to do the eyelids in this colour too. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. Now with the wings, I think he looks very metallic. I'm quite happy with how he looks, but the wings will make look a little bit silvery. Oh, excuse me, sniffing away. So I'm going to grab quite a dark colour to start with. This is the, no, that's not the right colour. Hang about. Let's try a different one. This is the 50% cool grey. Okay, I find the sort of cold greys look more silvery. And what I'm going to do is make it quite dark here. And I'll fade it along our wing like that. And do the same with this one. Like that. But I'm going to use the white to make it look more see-through. I've got a white handy here. I don't know where my white is from my actual set. This might be it. Somewhere hiding. So when you start to put the white on, it will smush things about a bit, because all Prismas do if you coat them on thickly enough and work them a lot. But you can see how it looks. I don't know how easy it is to see on camera. but it looks sort of not see-through. What's the word? So you can't see through it. So it makes the wing look like it's sort of just blurring whatever's behind. It's quite bitty. Let's see. There we go. So there he is. There's our bug. So I'm going to finish there. But that's a little bit about sort of the differences. But yes, as I say, the paper is lovely. Definitely a bit thicker. Works extremely well. In my opinion, I'm blinded by a sun. Works very well in my opinion with the old. Trying to straighten the book, but I can't work out where the edge of the page is. Let's straighten the right. I've got some lines on my screen. There we go. I think that's the right angle. Oh dear. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that was interesting for you. Yeah, I want to say another thank you to Gia for the book. It is really lovely, really interesting paper, and I will be playing around with it, definitely. But thank you all very much for watching. Hoping that you have a really super day and happy colouring.